Hey, welcome to Duane's World, the podcast. That's right, folks. I'm back. It's April 13th. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but sometimes it's hard to find stories to talk about and stuff. So I might not always be here on Wednesdays for a podcast, but I'll sure try. But yeah, so that's why I wasn't here last week. I just didn't have a lot going on. As always, subscribe to the channel. You never know when I'm going to pop up. I always have my blogs on Mondays and Fridays, and then this podcast on Wednesdays. So yeah, do that. Today I skipped my big intro. I wanted to keep this show pretty simple today because there's a thing called viewer retention, where sometimes I'll get my viewer retention will be really, really low. So I want the video, what I want to talk about first, I want to make sure that everybody sees and hears, because I think it's very important, because with all the negativity in the world, this shows a very positive outlook. And so watch this video and I'll be right back.
Connolly frequently sets up shop here to ask people for spare money or a job opportunity. He says he greets everyone who passes by, but one encounter changed his life, and it has to do with how he answered an unexpected question.
Do you have $1 by any chance that I can use to grab a coffee, and then I can come back? I'll bring you the $1 back.
I was going to go get something to eat, but yeah, you can grab one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead, Zachary. You don't have to worry about coming back.
Connolly says he only had a loonie that day, but was willing to give away his last dollar.
I'll always try and help somebody if I can. Always be generous if I had extra.
What happened next left him speechless.
Well, since you were going to give me $1, I wanted to give you $1,000 cash. Because you're amazing.
Oh. Very grateful for what he did for me, and it was really needed at the time, because I was trying to scratch my head up. How am I going to get over these little debts?
This TikTok video has been viewed over 3.5 million times, touching hearts around the world and here at home.
This one definitely warmed my heart. Paul is a pure, genuine, kind man. And he's one of the ones that you don't want to see out here.
But Connolly's good fortune doesn't end there. The man behind the viral video has started a GoFundMe account that's raised over $15,000 to help get him off the streets for good.
There's still people who care in this world and in this city of Windsor. And just keep your hopes up, keep the optimism going.
Sija Liu, CTV News.
All right, so I will post the gentleman's GoFundMe page. That actually brought a tear to my eye. And yes, I am an emotional person. And when I'm telling you at the end of my shows, like, to look after each other and stuff, I truly mean it, because I think we do need to look after each other better. And this just proves that there is still good in the world. And these videos, I could watch them all day, because, with all the shit that's going on in the world today, these are the ones that uplift me, I guess, and make me realize that things might be okay someday. They might not, but I'm still an optimist. And, I don't know if I've said this in a very long time, but I still believe in world peace. I still believe we can achieve world peace. It's a matter of everybody getting together and to stop just being greedy and looking after ourselves. But I do believe in world peace. And I know it's probably stupid and childish of me, but I don't know. I still think there's good in a lot of people. And we just need to start showing it. And that video really, really showed the good in people. Now let's move on. So autonomous cars, huh? That's right. They're a thing of they were a thing of the future. Now I guess they're going to be a thing of the real, or the thing of the now, I guess. Is that what you would say? I don't know, kids. I'm not up to date. I'm old, right? So an autonomous non-driving car in San Francisco at night, police officer goes to pull it over because it wasn't it didn't have its headlights on. And this is what happens.
That video of a driverless car being pulled over by police in San Francisco. The robo-taxi first stops, then suddenly pulls away. Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, joins with more. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Robin, good morning. This was supposed to be just like any other traffic stop. A car driving at night had its headlights off, so naturally police pull that car over. Well, what happens next had everyone scratching their heads. This morning, a sign of the times captured on camera. At first, it looks like a normal traffic stop until...
Ain't nobody in it.
Watch closely as police look for a driver or any sign of human life in the car, but it turns out it's a driverless car, fully autonomous. Now watch as the officer steps away. The car appears to drive off, crossing an intersection before stopping again. Police were able to reach crews, which manually took control of the car that's being used in a test of a driverless rideshare program in San Francisco.
Isn't that hilarious? Runaway cop, the first autonomous car chase. That's fucking awesome, man. That is just awesome. Unfortunately, so many people disrespect the police and don't listen to the police. Holy fuck, even the robot cars aren't listening to the police anymore. Holy Jesus. That was funny. When I saw that video, there were so many ways we could have went with that. And I chose that way, but yeah, so now the first police chase of an autonomous car. Isn't that awesome? Isn't this, see, it is a good time to be alive. Like, I mean, with this, except for the shitty ass, the way people treat each other, but it is a good time to be alive because you get shit like this. Come on. When we watched Back to the Future in 1985, 1987, whatever in the hell it was, we watched Back to the Future, and back then in the 80s, we figured we would have flying cars. Like, I mean, we've got autonomous unmanned cars now, which is pretty cool. And they're running these around San Francisco from 10 at night till 5 in the morning. And I believe they're using them as like taxis, which is really cool because you know what? You can't rob a driverless car. It's awesome. Just absolutely awesome. Now I'm hoping to get one of those. I'm hoping to get one of those cars. For me, it's for nefarious reasons, right? I can go out drinking and they can just drive me home. Why not? I'm not driving. I wonder. In fact, I would even risk the liquor other than the resident, $52 or $104 fine or whatever, and just have it drive me around while I'm drinking beer. As long as I'm not driving, man. That's all that matters. So yeah, I have it. I want to use it for nefarious reasons, but come on. I'm at least looking out for society. It's not like I'd be driving drunk or anything. So yeah, I'm all for it. Get me a kit car. We've all dreamed of them since Knight Rider. We've all wanted a car that'll drive us wherever we want to go. Only I wouldn't take over the wheel. I would just sit in the passenger side and drink and text on my phone. That'd be awesome. So yeah, this is a strange world we're living. Unmanned police chases. That's just awesome. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was going to be hurt. Those cars are pretty damn safe. In fact, those cars drive safer than I do, actually. I've noticed that my driving has gone downhill as I've gotten older. Yeah, so having an autonomous vehicle for me would be friggin' amazing. Yeah, so what else we got going on in the world, folks? We got nasty news, I guess, if you want. 10 people shot in the subway in New York City yesterday. So it looks like with the nice weather comes out the assholes that decide they want to shoot people. That's no fun. There was a shooting in Toronto on Thursday and again on Saturday. 2 deaths, same perpetrator. And when they got to his home, he had all kinds of guns. Now, I've mentioned this before many, many times. I don't care if you have a gun or not. I'm not anti-gun, but I'm not pro-gun. I don't need one. And it's funny because you would think living in the country would be a place where you actually do need a gun because, like, I mean, we do. I have bears and I have wolves and I have coyotes. Guns are an interesting topic, right? But they're a hot button subject, especially in the US. In Canada, it can be here too, right? But yeah, I live in the country. There's bears, wolves, coyotes, fishers, and stuff. All these things are dangerous. And I still don't have a gun because I really don't feel I need one. But there are a lot of people who feel they need a gun. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So that's why I don't have a gun. I just don't feel I need one. And so this guy who committed these murders in Toronto, when they went into his apartment, they found all kinds of weapons. Now, the funny part is usually in these stories, they're illegal, right? They are. Legal gun owners rarely break the law with their guns. Rarely ever. I bet you less than 1%, which is an amazing, amazing thing. But yeah, so they go into his apartment and they find a cache of guns, all legally obtained. And my question for this is, if you're living in a city, why do you need the guns? Like, I mean, I get it. Guns for target practice. I get guns for hunting and guns for, when you live out in the country to protect your family or your animals or your livestock or your whatever. I get it. I absolutely get it. But I've also got a couple of suggestions, and I know I'm going to get answers like, well, we go to the shooting range and we do this and we do that. But shooting ranges not have like lockers you can leave your shit in? I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been to a shooting range. When I was in the military, I did training, and all our weapons after we were done with them went back to an arsenal. So, or what do you call that? I forget. Oh, fuck, it's been so long. But I'm sure somebody else say something, mention it to me. Armory. Yeah, I'll go back to the armory. It's vodka for now. Yeah, so I don't get it. Like, if you live in the city and you don't hunt and you aren't using them for target practice, why do you got a gun? Why do you need a gun? To protect ourselves. You know what? What are you protecting yourself against? If everybody didn't have a gun, I know there's that old logic. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. But I don't get it. The American Second Amendment is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. The right to bear arms is fine. Like I said, as long as you're a responsible adult, you can own a gun. I don't care what you do with it. I don't get it. I don't understand why people own guns that live in the city. And if you don't go, you use it for personal protection, but do we really need them for personal protection? I don't know. I mean, the criminals have guns, but And I'm not one of those ones where I know guns don't kill people, people kill people, because if that's the case, then that fork that just fed me all that cheesecake, it's an asshole for feeding me the cheesecake and getting me fat. And I get it. So I know it's the guns don't kill people. And I mean, my guitar's been sitting there for a month and it hasn't gotten up and played a song for me yet. So like, I mean, and you could do the same with a loaded gun, right? It could sit against the wall for months without it ever shooting you. But I'll never understand guns. I won't, like, I mean, they're cool. Okay. Some of them are cool. Don't get me wrong. I've fired submachine guns and stuff, and yes, they're cool. But do I need one in everyday life? I don't think so. And it just, I think we could get rid of all these mass shootings if something was like, I mean, we're also one of the most restrictive countries in the world, I believe, when it comes to guns. And I think we're on our we're on the right track. I know that, I mean, you hear about shootings every day, and in Canada now too, like every day or every weekend, whatever. Mostly in Toronto, but it's becoming more prevalent in Ottawa too. And it's usually, though, illegal guns owners, like people who have stolen guns or bought them off the street or whatever. So like I said, it's probably less than 1% of registered gun owners who actually go out and commit crime with their gun, because, you know, well, you'd be pretty stupid because, you know, easier to find you and stuff, you know. But yeah, I never get the whole thing with I need a gun to protect myself. What are you protecting yourself against? Somebody breaks into your house and they want to steal your television set. Is your life or their life worth $500 TV? Oh, I really don't. It's such a subjective topic that, I mean, I actually don't like the topic that much. This is the second time I think I brought it up, maybe the third in like 3 or 4 years. It's just because the shootings are becoming more prevalent. We've had a couple in New York City. We've had some in Florida and other places in the States and stuff. And then past weekend in Toronto. And I don't know. It's just every once in a while, gun violence just goes boom. Like I said, I made a joke about it, and it's not really a joking matter. But like, I mean, I've said that the best thing about homeschooling is it cuts back on the school shootings. Well, it does, unless it's your parent. But yeah, so I don't get guns, never will get guns. I can't promise I will never own a gun, but for now I don't want one. And I think a lot of people too in the States, they go and they buy a gun after something's happened to them. But a lot of people don't realize that a lot of instances where you own a gun and you pull a gun, it gets turned on you and you end up a victim of your own gun. So again, I don't know. I don't have an answer, but it is interesting. Problem is, people get so bent out of shape during this argument. It's like, oh, don't argue politics, don't argue religion, don't argue guns. Like, I mean, that's the next one, right? And yeah, it's absolutely nuts when you get into an argument, because some people really, really love their guns. They just love their guns. That's a really cool effect going on my sweater, eh? It's kind of weird. Sorry. Yeah, some people just love their guns, and you know what? That's fine. As long as you're legal, doing shit legally, you're not hurting anybody, and you want to play with your gun, go ahead. I'm all for it. But yeah, I don't get it personal. That's it. I don't get it personally. If you want your gun, you have your gun. As long as you're a legally responsible gun owner. And that's that. So COVID's raised its ugly head in China, eh? Shanghai, 25 million people are locked the fuck down. Yeah. The streets of Shanghai are absolutely bare. The government has told everybody to stay in the house. It's to the point where the fire departments and stuff are sending out drones and lifting food to people in their windows and stuff to help them survive. Now, isn't that funny? Well, I always use that term, isn't that funny? And it's never funny. But isn't it strange where this can happen? You know, what's worse, starving at home or going out and risking getting COVID? I'm saying go get COVID because the last thing I want to do is starve. But I mean, I'm me, and that's the way I'm thinking. But yeah, so Shanghai went and they've locked everybody down. They're using drones to deliver food to people. They're even told not to go out in their balconies and sing and stuff. It's absolutely crazy. It's so ridiculous, folks. I just, what have we become? What has the world become? I mean, China is the most restrictive country in the world anyways. But man, this takes the cake. And here we go. So here we go again. All these people that were saying that Canada is becoming Nazi Germany or communist or whatever, we're not even fucking close to that. Not even one iota close to that. Because, like, I mean, yes, they locked us down. They told us we should stay in our houses. Quebec did have a curfew and stuff, but we were still allowed out of our houses to go to work and all this. The people in Shanghai are just stuck in their houses. 25 million people stuck in their houses. That's got to be crazy. I mean, if you think about it, we've got 25 million people. Can you do 6 feet distances? Like, can you be 6 feet apart in Shanghai? I don't know about that either. That sounds crazy to me. Like, that's a lot of people in one city. But yeah, so just think about it. Next time you complain about Canada's COVID response, that it could be worse. We could be forced legally, no rights, to all our rights taken away and shoved in your house and not allowed to leave. That would suck. That was so good. I think I'm going to have to go make another. I'll be right back. All right. All filled up. I'm back. Oh, God, it is so good. I don't know what it is about vodka and cranberry juice or cran raspberry that I love so much, but I look at it this way. I'm at least getting my vitamin C, right? Okay, so yeah, Shanghai is going through some pretty extreme measures. I mean, so it seems here in Canada too, numbers are going up a little bit, and we knew they would once people stopped wearing their masks and we lifted everything. We knew that COVID would, rise its ugly head from the deaths like a phoenix rising. But yeah, so we knew this was going to happen. But like I've said too, it's time to treat it like the common cold. The effects of it aren't as bad. Not a lot of people are really getting hospitalized. Ventilators, I mean, there are places where there are a lot of people on ventilators and stuff, but it's not near as high as it was. And death rates are down from it. Like, to me now, it's the common cold. And that's the bitch about it too, right? You get a sniffle, you get a little bit of a sore throat, or you get a headache, and you automatically have to assume that you have COVID. So you got to do a test. And those fucking tests are uncomfortable as shit. I don't care what anybody says. Having that thing up my nose just sucks. Didn't like it. I just did a test 2 days ago because I thought maybe because I was around, and I guess somebody I was around had COVID. So it was like, okay, well, I'll do the test. It's uncomfortable as shit. It showed up negative, by the way. So, I mean, I'm good to go, I guess. But no, I mean, these antigen tests or home tests or whatever in the hell you want to call them, they're not 100% effective anyways. But I mean, like, deal with it. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have to deal with this shit, just like a common cold. Drink lots of vitamin C. get some vitamin D by sitting out on your deck, drinking beer, watching the geese fly overhead. I did something weird yesterday. I sat out on the deck in the sun and drank water, and I don't think I've ever done that. But yeah, no, I just did that. Yeah, so our COVID numbers are going up, which is not good. But like I said, we're going to start treating it like the common cold. We might as well, because if not, we're never getting fucking out of this. We're never getting out of this. And you know they're going to try and lock us down again too. I imagine so. Come winter, you watch. Yep. That 2 weeks of vacation from the kids at school, they're going to get 4. Mark my words, April 13th, the Boozin Blogger said so. Because Stone Cold said so. No, yeah. Oh my God, there's fruit fly in here. Get away from me, you freak. God, fruit flies want my goddamn juice. Man, the geese are going crazy around here. That's a weird thing about living in the country, is that we've got geese everywhere because of the cornfields and shit all around me. And yeah, they're out on. Can you hear that? They're loud, annoying bastards, or vicious as fuck. Anytime my dog wants to take one on, it's like, no, you want nothing to do with that. Not at all. But again, you live in the country, you got to deal with all this shit. Where was I? I digress, right? Yeah, COVID. That's it. So it's getting worse. The government will shut us down again soon, sometime fall, maybe Christmas, guaranteed. Like I said, you can take that one to the bank. That's coming from the Boozin Blogger, because they're still not ready to. I don't think they're going to be ready to call it just a cold anymore. I don't. But hey, I hope I'm proven wrong. You know what? What's funny with a lot of the things that I talk about on my podcast is that I hope to be proven wrong. I do. I really hope to be proven wrong. And maybe that's not typical of a guy, but but yeah, some of the things I say, I hope to be proven wrong in, because that just means the world's getting better, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I mean, I talked about this on my blog on Monday, and because I was introducing a video that I had done with a guy I met on Monday, Mike Campbell. Go visit his YouTube page, the new Sorry, Mike, you're gonna kill me. What is it? The Let's Help New Drivers channel. Yeah, go check out Mike Campbell. Great guy. So I was hanging out with him on Sunday, and so I did a video, and I talked about this at the start of the video but I didn't want to go too far in depth because I was showing a video from the previous day. But yeah, I why is it that when we're growing up, we remember all the shitty ass people, like all of them, but the good dudes that you run into once or twice or whatever, those are forgettable. Why is that? Why is we put too much stress on ourselves I think people spend too much time thinking about all their negative things in their past, and not enough of like the positive things in their past. I mean, I do it too. Like I'm just a regular dude. But yeah, like, I mean, so this guy and I, we grew up 2 years difference. We passed each other in passing, and it would be a good day or whatever. And we had like all kinds of friends the same, but never ever once hung out. Forgot all about the guy till I saw him pop up on Facebook. And And then it got me thinking that what about, because back then he seemed like a good guy, right? So why am I concentrating on still in the past with the shitty ass people that I grew up with? And why not the good people that, even though I didn't really know them, why not concentrate more on the positive? Is that because, like, I mean, negative people impact our lives so much, but there, if we could switch that out or change that, that would also make the world just a better place, I think, wouldn't it? Like, really, if you think about it, like, I mean, if you thought more about the positive things in your life, I got a lot of positive in my life, man. I've got super cool friends. I'm still friends with people I went to kindergarten with. Like, I had a 15-20 minute conversation with a friend that was like 3 doors down from me growing up. And like 15-minute conversation in person, even a couple of weeks ago. And it's cool. And I still in contact with a lot of the kids that I grew up with and stuff. And I think that's important, because not to live in the past, right? I don't think it's not good to live in the past. You should be moving on and on and on. But it's good that I think if you still have friends from when you were a kid, you know, I think you did something right. You know, you just did something right. You were good to them. They were good to you, whatever. And I think that is so cool, because, like, I mean, I've got so many friends, so many people on my Facebook, that we communicate with, like, even if it's just giving a like sign or a love sign or a happy birthday or a whatever, football season. I've got other friends where we thought, you know, and like, I mean, you got, oh God, can I name, I mean, I had Leonard and Roger and Al and Tim and Jamie and Todd and Dason and Tracy and Les, you know, and Bert and Trevor and all these guys and girls and Patty and Norma Jean and Paul and Johnny and Roy and I know I'm forgetting people, but I mean, you get my point, right? That all these people made some sort of impact in my life, and it is just so cool that I'm still in contact with these people. Like, that's just the coolest thing ever. Literally, people I went to kindergarten with, like Susan and Mike and stuff. It's like, still friends, still communicate, you know, still say happy birthday to each other. Like I said, thumbs up, comments on whatever. They're the people that, you know, they've stayed in your life for almost 50 years. That's fucking incredible to have friends from 50 years ago. Really, I think it is. So, to me, I feel blessed, actually. Sure, I got shit going on. 4th stage heart failure. I have a hard time walking up a flight of stairs. I have a defibrillator in me that when it goes off, it's like getting hit in the back of the head with a 2x4. Trust me, being from Smith Falls, I actually do know what that feels like. But that's a true story, though. If you want more like that, check out my comedy. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, it's so cool having these people from your past that are still in your future. I don't know. It's really, really cool. So that says that I did something right growing up. I did something right. I don't know what in the fuck I did right, because I know that I was at times a complete asshole. I was the don't be a fucking asshole, but I was the fucking asshole. And it wasn't that I was a bully. I was never ever a bully. I got bullied a lot. But no, when I was a fierce competitor, and I was a firm believer that you never won a silver, you lost the gold type of guy. So I would win at all costs, no matter the cost. And I did that my whole life, even as an adult in my 30s playing slow pitch. Losing wasn't an option, and that really sucks because spent so much time trying to win and not just enjoying games and stuff. So there's another lesson in life for people. It's only a game. Like I forget the stats to make it to be a pro are so minimal that, have fun doing it. That's my kid. Bless his heart. He just turned 18. Happy birthday, Zach. When he plays sports, does everything I wish I had done. He played it for fun. He wanted the competition was there. He was just there to have a good time. And I really wish I could have treated sports that way. I wasn't as very competitive. So sometimes an asshole when I was playing sports. I tried to be nicer when I wasn't playing sports. Yeah. So be nice. Just remember, pros, you got such a minimal chance to become a pro that there's no reason to just live your life to win. Don't go out and lose. Go out and give 110%, and that's all you can ask of yourself. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. It's that easy. I want to bring something else up. Speaking about this winning and losing and stuff, and Matea Roach. I don't know if you follow Jeopardy. I don't know if anybody on my, if people actually watch that show. I watch it religiously every night because it keeps my brain fresh. But Matea Roach, she is from Nova Scotia, and she just won her 6th consecutive game on Jeopardy. So it's another smart Canadian woman. That is fucking awesome. Congratulations, Matea. I really hope you continue your success on Jeopardy. And like I said, she's really quirky and kind of fun to watch. I don't know, but I've been enjoying her 6 shows so far. So yeah, we got smart people here in Canada, don't we? And my God, have I ever went all over the place today talking? And it's funny because when I went into this episode, I had 2 topics for sure. The one I did at the start about the homeless guy, and then the autonomous vehicle. And all of a sudden, then I just started talking, and it's okay. It all comes out, and I don't know, it's fun. Someday I'll hit 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll just do this live and just go 2 hours and answer questions or talk to people live. But I got to get to 1,000 subscribers first. And that, by the way, we're doing it. We're at what, 2 years in or 3 years in? I'm at 402 subscribers. So that could take another few years before I can actually go live, or people could just go crazy subscribing. That's right. Anyways, I think I've talked enough. I really don't know how long this episode has been. I try to keep the podcast to around half an hour because I know viewer retention really is a thing, and it's hard to keep people interested for a full half hour, especially when you're nobody like myself. I'm just a dude with alcohol and a microphone and no life. So yeah. Anyway, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on Friday with a blog, which I do enjoy doing. Those are, as you know, my podcast is multiple topics. My blog is a topic. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And remember the most important thing in life. Subscribe to Duane's World. No. Remember the most important thing in life. Don't be a fucking asshole!
Duane's World. Duane's World. Duane's World. Duane's World.